Hey guys, how you doing? It's 8-Bit Eric, and I'm going to talk to you about Astro's Playroom today. Now, this is pre-installed in every PlayStation 5, so this is the pack-in game, and it's a free tech demo for the DualSense 5. It's supposed to showcase exactly what this baby can do. This brand new controller has a lot of really cool features behind it, and this is the perfect complement to showing it off. That's the whole intent for it. But don't let that make you think that this game is just a cheap tech demo that has nothing behind it and you're not going to give it a chance. Because I have to tell you guys, for the PS5 launch titles, sure, we have Demon Souls and Godfall and Spider-Man and Cold War and Valhalla and a good assortment of first and third party games. But let me tell you guys right now, Bugsnax doesn't hold a candle to Astro's Playroom for the most fun and innovative game on the PlayStation 5. That's right. I think Astro's Playroom to date is the most fun I've had in the PS5 launch lineup. I think this is my favorite launch game. So you're probably saying, oh God, Eric, come on, really? Astro's Playroom? Let me tell you guys, this is a 3D platformer through and through that definitely feels like a top-notch game. I mean, this is probably the best Super Mario game to not be on a Nintendo console. That's how good it is. This has as much polish as games like Super Mario Odyssey than I've ever seen. And that's amazing that Sony did it with this. And this is just a free pack-in tech demo game. I gotta say, Astro is charming and cute and colorful for a little robot dude walking around the environment, seeing all the other little Astrobots and going through these levels and seeing references to other PlayStation games throughout history, and just all this whole nostalgia towards the PlayStation just made me have the biggest grin from ear to ear. These levels are fantastic and wacky and crazy. Astro's Playroom is amongst one of the best 3D platformers I ever played. So what is the point in this? Well, he's able to jump, he's able to hover, he can punch enemies and objects, he can spin attack. In some sections you become a monkey, you become a ball, you get like a bow and arrow. There's so much to do in this game, and it showcases the haptic feedback of this controller. Walking around on the stages, you can actually feel the little pitter-patter of Astro's feet on the controller, and it's actually really cool. I know some people laugh and make fun about it, saying who gives a crap about that. It just feels very good. I have no idea how to explain that, but the other thing that this game does is it actually shows how these triggers, the adapted triggers, work. For example, using the bow and arrow, or even the crane machine that's featured in the game, where you unlock little trophies and extra artifacts and stuff. You can just feel how the triggers, the adaptive triggers, really work in this game, and it tricked me out. I was like, holy cow, it really feels like you're pulling down on something. So the levels of this game, the main hub world is called CPU Plaza, and there's 4 stages that are each molded after different generations of PlayStation. They have like certain theming. When you get an artifact, you get some piece of PlayStation history, whether it's a PSP or a PS1 or a 2 or 3 or a disc. You see a lot of references. The goal is to capture as much puzzle pieces and artifacts as you can in each levels. The 4 worlds are made up of 4 levels that go seamless. Like, there is a lack of loading screens in this game, and it's phenomenal. This really showcases not just the power of the controller, but the power of the PlayStation 5, because you can go from world and level to level seamlessly. This game is so action-packed and fast. There's the GPU jungle, cooling springs, SSD speedway, and memory meadow. And then there's also network speed run and time trials that can be done from there, and PlayStation Labo, which host all the collectibles that you get. Now, the worlds are interconnected with each other. Usually, for the most part, they involve regular platforming, but then in the middle, you get some kind of like gimmick, whether it's being like in a little spaceship that you have to use the triggers for, or being a ball, or being a monkey. It's actually really cool. There's even like situations where you have to be like a frog suit and things like that, and you'll feel resistance and adaptive triggers on each of these levels and stuff. Honestly, this showcases just exactly what PlayStation 5 has in store for us. This bright and colorful game that has some of the best 3D action platformer levels that I've ever seen in my life. Look at the color palette. Look at the characters. Look at just the way that it's cleverly set up. The obstacles, the weather elements. You have like lightning and electricity. You have amazing music, by the way. That's one of the biggest highlights of this game, is the soundtrack, the music behind Astro's Playroom. You know, they had Astro's Playground for the PlayStation VR, but Astro's Playroom took that character, took that world, took the concept, and made it into something that was just absolutely phenomenal. And it's pretty neat. Honestly, everything that's about this game presents what is good with 3D platform. And I feel Astro could definitely be Sony's next mascot. and you guys might be laughing, you might be saying, oh my gosh, you're gushing over. Seriously, there's no harm in trying Astro's Playroom. I guarantee you guys will have generally a pretty favorable experience with it. The game has just a fair amount of difficulty also. It's not a kid's game. Don't let the look, don't let the feeling of the game, the characters fool you to think that this is a child's game, because it's anything but. There is some seriously challenging areas of this game that even though I was getting angry and threatening to throw the controller, I still was grinning from ear to ear. Now back to my idea of nostalgia. This is probably the most fun I've had on a PlayStation game where they had nostalgia references to it. It's like PlayStation is finally accepting its legacy of the 5 generations of PlayStation, showing off examples of Easter eggs. You'll see other robots acting out scenes and dressing up like characters from other PlayStation games, other franchises like God of War, Resident Evil, and you'll see references to all the startup sequences for the PlayStations. It's actually really nice. There's a lot of throwback here. So if you grew up playing PlayStation, if you grew up playing some of these games, this is going to be probably the best example of Sony celebrating its history. It's like how Mario Odyssey celebrated the history of Super Mario. Well, I think PlayStation finally hit the nail on the head on replicating something that Nintendo has been doing great for so long. So maybe Astro's Playroom will develop into further games, further sequels, 3D platformers. Because of this, I'm actually looking forward to trying out Sackboy, because that actually looks like it has a lot of similarities to this game as well. So yeah, I am definitely impressed with Astro's Playroom. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because it's a lot of fun. The levels are crazy. It controls awesome. Astro is just a great character that feels fluid. It showcases everything that's great about the DualSense 5, and it's a lot of fun to play. So check it out, guys, if you haven't. That's it for today's video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.